pull it out of the bag here, unfold it just like a camp chair or anything else, and we're almost there. Hey guys, John with Dirt Road Therapy. Thanks so much for checking out another episode. Is this really necessary? It may be possible for you to get a great night of sleep out camping off the ground without having to get all the way up on your roof. Check out this cot tent that I use from Oz Trail. So people are always interested in my camping setup, what I sleep in. I don't sleep in the Jeep. I've hardly ever had a good night of sleep laying in my Jeep. The thing that I've grown accustomed to and had a lot of success with is this cot tent. This is from Oz Trail, and these are a handy solution for single person sleeping. I believe they make a 2-person unit as well, but I can't imagine it would really be that comfortable for 2 people. But I'm going to show you how it sets up because it's incredibly quick and easy. And once it's set up, I put an air mattress inside of this, an X-Ped air mattress. I've also just started putting a tarp down underneath it, for especially if I'm in a grassy situation like this. If I was in the middle of the woods and it was leafy and rocky and sticks everywhere, I probably wouldn't bother with the tarp unless it was guaranteed to rain. But this is the setup. So basically just unzip it, pull it out of the bag here, unfold it just like camp chair or anything else, and we're almost there. Now, the only complaint that I have with this as far as speed is when you go to take it down. Not because it takes a long time to break it down, but because every single time I've ever used it, there's condensation at a minimum from my breath inside of the thing. It's that small. It's ventilated well enough, but it still just kind of captures on the inside. So I like to take off the fly and let that dry if I can, if I have time before heading out for the next day. But that's really the only downside that I see to it. But pretty much anytime you put a tent away that you've just used, you're gonna have to get it back out and let it dry anyway. Thankfully, we still got plenty of sunlight here tonight. I can let anything air out and dry out before I actually crawl in it to sleep tonight. So we got plenty of time for that. Let me go ahead and throw the tarp down and we'll put this where I'm gonna sleep in it tonight. It's pretty easy to move around too. Doesn't weigh a lot and it's pretty sturdy. This might prove to be a little bit challenging putting this tarp down, but like most tarps do, this has little holes in the corners, and I'm gonna need to get some extra tent stakes for the purpose of keeping this in place. I'm trying to set this up while it's windy. There's a 5x7 tarp, works out perfect for the footprint of this and gives me a little bit of extra on the sides so that I can stand on it. If I need to get up, I got a little bit of room to put my shoes on. Next thing I do is usually to just open up one side and the end here. And then I can put my air mattress in it. I'm gonna leave this off for now. So the next thing that I do is to throw my X-Ped mattress in here. I like the X-Ped because it's really firm when it's pumped up. Rolls out really nicely. The valves work really well on it for inflating and deflating. So it has a little squeezy pump. This thing here that comes with it, you can inflate it with that. Kind of want to let it inflate itself as much as possible if you're going to go that route. But I have the electric pump for it. I got their electric pump for it, and this thing is just quick and efficient, rechargeable, USB, and it also has a handy light in there that has 3 brightness levels. And I like to just hang it inside the tent at night, and that way I can see when I'm getting in there, and I shut it off when I go to bed. That's all there is to setting this up and air mattress. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put the fly on. And the only thing that can really set you back on this is if you get it wrong, the direction wrong, putting it on. Wind can be helpful. So there's obviously a top and a bottom. Wind was being helpful.
As you watch me struggle, take a second and consider subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, over 80% of viewers who will watch this video are not yet subscribed.
All right, wow, I'm really screwing this up today. There we go. Since the wind doesn't want to be helpful, get that end on first. Come down here. And of course it came off up there. They're just these little clips. Get all the corners on the poles and put all these clips on. There's 4 of those. Now you could sleep in it without this. You could sleep in it just like this, or you can choose to tie it down. I've only had any success if there's any rain and having all 3 guys out to stake this down. If you don't have those, the water will pool right in here and drip on your feet eventually. These are stakes that I bought separately to use specifically for this tent. I'm pretty sure it came with those, wire steel ones that aren't worth anything after a couple drives or uses. And I don't like to put these real far away from the tent so I'm not tripping over them. See how this wire pulls that dipping down in this area right here, and that would allow water to run off of it.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope this gives you some insight into solo camping options you may not have thought of before. There are a number of cot tent options out there, but this one from Oztrail has worked well for me for a few years now. As always, stay slow, stay curious. I hope you get out there and enjoy some camping. I'll see you next time.